So I was watching this movie, guys, and I was thinking 10 years ago this probably would have been told through like a guy's perspective. You would have had the lovable rogue husband, the kind of sensible best friend, and then like a wacky one. What's changed? Why are we telling it through ladies' eyes these days?
You developed it.
Yeah, you do it.
You, Kate. Kate.
I think it's about the audience.
Yes, I do agree.
I agree.
Cameron said this the other day, and I completely agree with her, that, you know, if more ladies say what they want, then the studio is going to make it. And I think more women feel like they have a voice, and they can express their feelings, and they can say what they want, and now they're getting it.
And by going to see our movie, it's sending a message to people who make movies to make more of those movies.
Because on the flip side, with that movie, you would have had, I'm not going to look at anyone or point at my finger, you would have had a dumb blonde, you would have had a doormat wife, and you would have had a bitch. But now
I played all of those.
You've done all of them, exactly. But this is what I mean, though. The characters now. I mean, have you all seen an improvement in character, in female characters in the movies? You get better
as I
scripts.
get older, I see an improvement in the characters.
Yeah. I always try to make an improvement in my character. You know, even when we're working on working on a script that might have, a sort of a, something that possibly could go to a stereotypical side of women. I've always fought to kind of push it a little further away from that, even when I'm, sort of playing those characters. You try to keep it a little bit, in that direction. So.
Yeah, I definitely learned that on set with both of you. It's a real person, and sometimes people just look at it in one dimension, but there's more. There's more happening. Everybody has their dumb moments. Everyone has their, naive moments, and it's just little clips of their life, basically.
And with a male director, sometimes you need to fill them in on how a woman feels, because they're a man and they don't always know.
Let me in on the secret then, because basically this movie is about how girls get on. Is this true?
Yeah.
Is this looking into the secret place?
It is.
Was
That's
it
how
a
it
fair
is.
reflection of how it works?
We felt like it.
Yeah.
We pretty much, that's us in a nutshell. With a completely different, made up scenario, obviously. It's not a scenario we went through together. But I think that is what you do with your girlfriends. You do, get drunk in the closet and go through stuff. And you do help each other through it. Yeah, exactly. And you have conversations as these women do with one another. It's absolutely.
What was the turning point in the movies, do you think? Do you think Bridesmaids before? Where did this all change?
One of my favorite movies ever is 9 to 5, which was basically the same kind of story. 3 women in a position that wouldn't have been brought together had they not had a circumstance that did so. And of that time, it was obvious of that era and their concerns then. And so this is sort of a modern day version of that. But you had mentioned too, way back, Mamma Mia being...
Yeah, it seemed like the start of, because it was so huge. And then studios and people started paying more attention to female comedies, and then Bridesmaids was so great, and since then there are even more, and so it's exciting.
I remember watching The Heat, which was, kind of an unofficial sequel to Bridesmaids in many respects, a lot of the same team, and they were talking about how the chemistry between the lead two, it's all about the chemistry between the lead two. This is very similar in the fact that you three have to hit it off, otherwise what you've got on paper doesn't really work on screen. How much did you have to work at that, or was it pretty natural?
We were really lucky.
Yeah, it was very natural.
It happened pretty immediately.
It did.
Is it really? Kate, was it like for you coming into these 2 Hollywood greats?
I was a little nervous at first because I didn't want to mess up, and it was my first film, and they opened their arms, made me feel so welcome, and I'm very lucky to have them on set.
Yeah.
Because boys of a certain generation will always remember Cameron in a red dress and the mask.
Yes.
I'm kind of just about in that generation. From your point of view, that's where you burst on the scene, Cameron. Is this the same with Kate and the bikini scene?
We're 21.
Yeah. Exact same age. I turned 21 on the set of The Mask, and she turned 21 on the set of our film. Yeah. So it was exactly the same age.
Please tell me you had a massive 21st birthday party.
We did. We had a really, not massive. It was kind of massive.
It was perfect.
In some ways, it was massive.